Robert, people have told me that Doughnut was part of one of the best freshman classes ever. You were older than those guys, but do you remember that freshman class and all the talent that came in that year?
Well, yes, I do. Now, quite honestly, Mike, it has been a long time ago. What is that? Half a century ago, almost.
Almost.
But yeah, it was a great class, and Doughnut obviously was one of the good players in that class.
He started as a freshman at nose guard. That would be unheard of today, probably. But and he was, even then, offensive lineman in the Southwest Conference was probably 260, 270. He was about 235. Why was he so effective?
Doughnut, I don't know if you read the paper this morning, but Coach Cox from Central put it pretty well as Jay Beckett echoed it as well. Doughnut gave 100% every play, whether it's in the game or in practice, whatever. And he was quick. He used his hands well. You remember back then that might not have been as prevalent as using hands as it is today, but Doughnut was hard to block. I think Jay Beckett said it today in the newspaper article this morning. He said he was harder to block in practice than some of the All Southwest Conference, all Americans that Beckett blocked on the offensive side. He was just good. He had a great desire.
I've been told, and of course I wasn't around the guys except around football, but I'm told that he was like totally didn't talk if the media came around, but he was pretty funny when guys were just, when you guys were just hanging out.
Well, and that's exactly right. He was kind of quiet, and it wasn't that he was nervous or didn't have anything to say. He just, you might say he let his actions on the field do his talking for him, or he just listened to other people. It wasn't a drive for him to get a sound bite or be in the paper on TV back in those days. But he was hilarious. He was a bit of a prankster. Not necessarily that he would instigate a lot of stuff, but he would certainly be a part of and help things happen. But he was just a genuine, nice guy to hang with.
You've reached this point in your life that all of us get to if we're lucky enough to live long enough, where you do start to lose teammates from time to time. And what is it like when you pick up the paper or you're on the internet and all of a sudden you realize one of your old teammates has left us?
It's a bit of a shock. And like you said, I am getting older. I'm 62 now, so Doughnut was a couple of years younger than I. But it's a bit of a shock. It certainly lets you realize that life is a vapor, that anything can happen. We're not promised the next day or the next minute. What's exciting, though, is that we all do have that hope, that promise of seeing people later in life.
Right.
That's here we are on Easter week, and today is Good Friday. And because of what Christ did on the cross, we all have that hope of seeing him again. So although it's a sobering moment, it's a sad moment when you lose a close friend, a close relative, you do have that hope of someday in the future I'm going to see him again in a place called heaven.